This is the Greg Bedard Patriots Podcast with Nick Caddles.
Joe Milton. Interesting name. I know Brian Baldinger came out, kind of threw Joe Milton's name into the ether. You also mentioned it on the podcast with Giardi yesterday. You also mentioned it at BSJ. Greg has a great write-up, by the way, at BSJ if you want to check that out. But it sounds like Joe Milton, he might be available, Greg. Is this more a case of the Patriots pushing this and saying maybe we should look into this, or is this because teams have already started to contact the Patriots about possibly moving Milton?
So from what I understand, and it's interesting because I got this guy, of course, Twitter being Twitter, coming at me and being like, they're open to listening, or they could be open to listening, which is the way I think I termed it. And he's like, that's a nothing burger from Bedard. Like, look, if I wanted to be a flamethrower and I cared about, social interactions and, whatever clicks, then I would put like Joe Milton is on the trade block. Like, no, people know by now, like I'm going to give you as accurate as I know it to be at the time. And from what I heard, there's been some internal discussions and it's sort of gone outside of internal and I don't think people are calling right now. I think there have been calls, at some point in time. Again, there's been a regime change. They're still going through that. There's a lot of evaluations going on. So, but from what I understand, I think the Patriots now, as they're getting towards the end of that process, are now contemplating listening to offers on Joe Milton from this perspective, that they think the timing might be right for that, given Milton's film in the final game of the season, which was really impressive, and that this is a weak quarterback draft. And, they drafted him in the 6th round. If you can get a good pop on it, maybe you just do it again, trade him and then do it again with somebody else. And so, I think I would guess that they're going to start listening because, if you look at it, the 3rd round quarterback evaluations, like if you're talking like Riley Leonard or Dylan Gabriel or whoever, like, would you rather draft those guys or go with Joe Milton, who has all the physical skills that you want, size, running ability, arm strength, and now you have NFL film, against, some of the Bills backups, but still it's NFL film. It's better than the college film. Or would you rather use your 3rd round pick on to trade to the Patriots for a Joe Milton? So I think if the Patriots could get like a 3rd round pick, and perhaps it goes up, but at least a 3rd round pick to go from 6th to 3rd, that's a great return on investment. And I think you have to entertain that.
Tell you what, I'm a Notre Dame football fan. I'd take Joe Milton over Leonard. I'll answer that question for you. So it'll be interesting to see what they can get. And by the way, if Greg was going to be a flamethrower, he'd go on Felger and Maz and talk about forced marriages. We'll get to that later on.
Support us and sign up at Prize Picks. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS or download the app today and use code CLNS at prizepicks.com/CLNS and get $50 instantly when you play $5.